Some bags age gracefully and others just age. I'm going to talk about this one and in which camp this one is in. Hi, my name is Ajda, and if you're new here, welcome. I cover all things luxury fashion, especially when it comes to handbags and how to curate your collection with intention. So if you like that kind of thing, then I encourage you to subscribe and click on the notification bell so that you don't miss any new videos. Now, this bag is from Manu Atelier. It is so beautiful, this gorgeous suede color. I reviewed this bag about 2 months after I got it, which was in November 2024. So I've now had it for a little over a year, and I thought it would be good to revisit. And actually, this video was requested by one of my subscribers, so thank you, because I was actually literally thinking about which bag reviews I've done and which would make sense to do like a year later. So I'm very glad that you asked for one of these. So I decided why not just film it right away, because I have a lot of things to say about this bag. So the first impressions are always fun. I love watching first impression videos, but when you're really thinking about which bags you want to actually have in your collection for a really long time, then of course it becomes about, is it practical? Does it work for your everyday lifestyle? Is it working for the season that you're in right now? Or is it time to let it go and make room for something else? So I think those types of questions usually come to my mind, especially if I don't see myself wearing a bag as much within the year that I bought it. So I thought it would be helpful for me to share with you if you've been considering this bag or any chocolate suede bags, as we know has been so popular even last fall and winter. I mean, this color is just amazing, right? I just want to give you my honest thoughts about what it's been like a year in, and how I've worn it, when I've worn it, things that I liked or didn't like, any wear or tear, all of that. So yeah, let's dive into it. So I'm going to cover how it's held up this entire time that I've had it. And I'm also going to talk about anything that caught me by surprise. And of course, I'm going to, at the end, tell you whether or not I would recommend this bag. So in case you didn't see the first video, I'm going to give you a quick recap about this Manu Atelier mini tote du jour. Manu Atelier is actually born in Turkey. So they have some really, really gorgeous handbags. They were very much popular for their Cambon style bag. If anything, it kind of reminds you of the Row, or, you know, that kind of aesthetic with the Row Margot. So I was kind of looking at suede bags. I didn't have a suede bag at that time, and I really wanted to jump in on the hype, and I found this one. Many of you may know I'm part Turkish. That's where my name is from. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to see what this bag is all about, because I think it's really fun to find brands that aren't mainstream, that people may not know about, and just give them the attention that they deserve as they end up being really, really good buys. I'm going to put the measurements of the bag either here or here, but basically it is a perfect kind of like a vertical shape, which I personally really like because I think it looks really good on petites. It kind of helps elongate you. I mean, I like East-West style bags, but I think for something like this, it does an extra good service for petites. It is the mini tote du jour. They do have a full-size tote du jour. The mini size I thought was actually a perfect medium-sized bag. It's not actually that small. It does fit an iPad Air, but it basically does fit a good amount, which has been really nice, especially when traveling. I find that I want to have a bag that can carry my cameras, my everyday essentials, things like that, but I don't want something too big and bulky. So this bag has been amazing for travel, especially in the fall and winter months. I chose a dark chocolate brown. They did have a burgundy or sorry, it was a Merlot that I was contemplating because I mean, that color is also very beautiful, but I opted for the dark chocolate brown just because I knew that with my wardrobe it would go with more things. So I'm really happy with this. If I were to get another one, I would definitely consider the Merlot. It is in this gorgeous suede. And then on the inside, it is this lighter, kind of feels like the inside of a teddy bear coat. No. It's very soft. I don't know what to call it. It's a soft suede leather interior, a different kind of suede. I don't think it's the same as the outside because it definitely feels different. And I like that it's a lighter color as well because I can actually search through my bag and find my things if I look into it. Whereas, you know, with other bags, it can be like a dark hole if it's dark inside. And then it does have one pocket here, which is a zip pocket. And then the closure is magnetic, so you just clip them together like that. It just has this one strap, so it is definitely primarily a shoulder bag and just a shoulder bag. So you can't wear it crossbody. You can wear it on the crook of your arm, but it's definitely limited to just those two options, crook of the arm or shoulder. The price point of this bag has been pretty good compared to other bags of this quality and from other brands. I was just looking up how much I actually paid for it. So I actually bought it in August of 2024 and then I did the review in November of 2024. But what I purchased it for, it was $580 at the time. I did have a discount code because I had subscribed to their newsletter, so I got $58 off, so I paid $522 for it. There has been an increase in price for this bag. It is now priced at $665, so it's gone up there in almost $100 more. I think it's still within a healthy price range for the quality that it delivers. So when I bought this bag, it was really to be that weekend bag, going to go shopping, grab some coffee with some friends, brunch, and also a travel bag whenever I would travel in the fall and winter. I really liked it because it's very minimal. It doesn't have any large logos on it. It still looks very luxurious and very premium, but when I travel, especially if I'm in an area that I don't know that well, then I would prefer to wear something that isn't very flashy, but goes with everything. And I feel like this is definitely one of those bags. And then the other thing that I really love about it is that it's easy to pack. It just lays flat in your suitcase. So that really just made it a no-brainer for me. Like, those were the types of things that I wanted to use it for. And this is, you know, why it really made sense for me at the time. We were starting to travel more for work and things like that. And I just wanted something that could, travel with me. So I've definitely worn this when I went to Paris in 2024 and Amsterdam. No, was it Amsterdam? It was Rotterdam, sorry. And then London. And then I have worn it again a lot in the fall, winter months this year. So in terms of condition, it has roughly stayed in really good shape for suede. I know suede can be a delicate material, and I honestly didn't know how I would fare with it because, again, I've never owned any suede bags before. Suede shoes, yes. Suede bags, no. And I am glad that I got a darker suede bag because I think I'd be a little nervous with a lighter color, especially worrying about color transfer or getting it dirty or anything like that, pen marks, the whole shebang. I would try to avoid that at all costs. So getting something darker, I knew that if it did get messed up a little bit, it wouldn't show. That being said, if I look at the corners, there is a little bit of wear. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little bit of like balding happening here on this corner. Not so much this corner. Let's see, this corner, no balding, but it is a little bit lighter in color. So let's see. And then this side looks to be pretty much in good shape. So yeah, just this one side, which is interesting. I think it's because I typically wear my bag on my left shoulder like this. and this side is rubbing against my body the most, so that's most likely why. What else? I also did notice that there is a dark mark, like line right here. Now, I might have done that with like a pen, and I'm only noticing it now. So I don't know. I don't know if it's too late to try to get it out. If any of you have tips on how to get pen marks or any marks out of suede, let me know. I did spray this bag when I first got it with like a suede protector. So I think from that, at least, like if it's rained, there's no watermarks or anything like this on the bag. So that definitely worked. And I can link to the suede protector that I use. Other than that, it really is in good shape. There's no tears. In terms of the stitching, let's see here. Here there's a little bit of something. I think it's the suede actually, where it's starting to pill just a little bit. But the stitching itself is intact. There's nothing creeping out. Let me look at the strap as well. So on the strap, the only part that is wearing is the part that is basically right on my shoulder. So you can see there's like a little round balding spot, but the rest of the strap is in perfect condition. It looks like I bought this bag this year. And then if I look at the hardware, there's no tarnishing at all. And there's actually not much hardware on here. It really is just this buckle and this magnetic clasp. Let's look at the inside of the bag. I can actually just take it out. The inside has also held up well. I'm pretty good about emptying my bags right after I use them, so usually, you know, things don't leak or mess it up over time, so I'm always pretty good about like cleaning it out. But yeah, as you can tell, the inside of the bag is in great condition, so it does hold up really well, especially with the amount that I've been wearing it. The only thing that I would say has really annoyed me about this bag was the belt and this end piece that would keep coming out of its loop. I think I had it open one more. I actually just adjusted this belt loop. I had never adjusted the belt on this bag, and I don't know why, but I just never thought about doing that, and I realized, oh, maybe I should do that if I want like a different shape, or if I want to have my things a little bit more secure. I just never thought of undoing it and making it tighter or looser. So anyway, I ended up making it a little tighter because I thought that would help me get this little piece that's sticking out into that loop, so that way it would stop coming out whenever I was wearing it. It kind of works, but then, you know, you've got the hardware kind of on the side rather than in the middle, so it's just whether or not that kind of thing bothers you. But yeah, I think that's the only thing that really annoyed me about this bag. Sometimes that comes out and it's just, it just feels weird. but that's just me. Even the foil, the logo on there is intact. The bottom, everything is intact. So yeah, this bag has held up pretty well, and I've worn it a lot. I will say I've worn it mostly in fall, winter, and early spring, but I feel like this is probably the bag that I wear at least 50% of the time during those months. So that's actually a pretty good amount of time, considering that I do have other bags that I could wear, but this one I just gravitate towards a lot just because it is very simple. It fits just the right amount of things. I'm usually leaving with my vlogging camera. In the winter, you got your gloves, you got your scarves, your, umbrella, things like that. I just carry more with me in the fall and winter months, so a small bag doesn't always quite do it for me, so this is like the perfect size. The other thing that I do really, really love about this bag is the drop on the shoulder. So while you can't wear it multiple ways, like you can't wear it crossbody, shoulder, crook of the arm, like all those different ways that you could with a top handle that comes with a strap or anything like that, this bag has a really good drop. So you could be wearing a very thick jacket and it will still fit really well under the arm, and there's like enough room for your arm, your coat. So that part is really, I think, amazing, because I haven't encountered any other shoulder bags that are like that. Maybe the Demelier London New York bag, because it also has a longer handle. I think something like this is really important, especially for fall and winter bags. So I'm really glad that this has been designed with that in mind. The other thing too is that because it's suede on here, it doesn't slip off. So I think that's also really important. Like I absolutely hate wearing a bag and having it slip off all the time. It's just super annoying. But this bag in particular, because it is suede even on the strap, it stays put, it doesn't slide. So that's been really nice as well. And then of course it's thicker, so it's very comfortable on the shoulder. And because it is very much an unstructured bag, it sort of just molds to your body. So I really like that aspect of it as well. It just makes it very easy to wear and it looks good on everyone. But again, I love this shape, this more vertical shape, which I think is very flattering on petite women as well. The one thing that really did surprise me is that the suede is much more durable on this bag. It's the only suede bag that I have, so I don't have anything else to compare it to, but I thought that I would have to baby this bag. I actually really haven't babied it. And again, I probably did this little scuff here with a pen, but other than that, I mean, it's actually pretty impressive. It feels very smooth. It hasn't changed in terms of smoothness or suppleness. And it's just, I've been very, very impressed with this bag based off of how much I've used it. And I've used it a lot. I think I've already said that, but especially for travel and things like that, I've definitely used it a lot. So cost per wear, it has definitely exceeded my expectations from that standpoint. Would I rebuy it now with today's price? I would. I think that it is still priced well. I think once it starts to get like above that 800, 900 mark, then I would probably think about it a little bit more, or maybe I wouldn't go for suede, but I would go for their smooth leather. They do have tons of different options in this bag. They've got different colors, different leathers. They have these gorgeous kind of like jewel tones that can be considered neutrals. So they've got the Merlot, definitely in black. So yeah, there's plenty of options, different leathers, etc. So I would definitely check those out. I would also consider other bags from the brand. The Cambon style, again, very popular. It's definitely a gorgeous bag. Maybe even like their classic Tote du Jour, so the one that's slightly bigger, now that I know what this is like in size. I mean, it says again mini, but this isn't a mini bag at all. If you are afraid of suede but have wanted to try suede out or jump on the suede trend, definitely I think this is a great bag to start with if you want to make sure that you have one that can not take a good beating, but one that's like really resilient to everyday wear and tear. This is a very, very good buy. If you are petite like me and want a bag that's medium sized but that doesn't look bulky on you, this is really, really great. If you live in a colder climate where you wear a lot of jackets that are like thicker in nature, this is also great because it's just very practical given how much space there is in the drop. If you're carrying a good amount with you every day, but you don't want like a large size tote, this is a perfect bag. So yeah, I would recommend this bag is basically what it's come down to. I don't really have any complaints, again, because I've worn this so much in the fall and winter seasons. I do think that this was a good buy. Obviously, I'm not going to wear it in spring and summer. It doesn't make sense. But if you're looking for that perfect fall and winter bag, this is absolutely it. If you haven't heard about Manu Atelier, I would definitely check them out and let me know if you get a bag from them. I would love to know what you got and how you're liking it. Thank you again to the lovely subscriber that suggested I do a 1-year review of this bag. Let me know if there is another bag that you would love for me to do a 1-year review on that I reviewed in the past. And also let me know, do you prefer the first impression reviews or do you prefer the ones that are more longer term reviews? Let me know in the comments below. I'd be happy to know your thoughts. And if you enjoy videos like these, then I encourage you to like and subscribe and click on the notification bell so that you get alerts whenever I upload new videos. Thank you so much, and I will see you on the next one. Bisous!